Welcome to Runny Eggs Gaming. Before we dive in, I want to give a huge thanks to Retrowave Games for providing the review code for Neon Inferno. And if you enjoy this video, please hit that subscribe button. It helps out the channel so much. Thanks again. So, Neon Inferno, what is it? It's a retro-inspired cyberpunk arcade shooter that feels like it came straight out of the golden age of gaming, but with some modern twists that make it really stand out. First off, as you can see, the visuals are incredible. We're talking 32-bit retro cyberpunk vibes with amazing lighting and character design. Every level feels drenched in neon, and the art direction nails that dystopian sci-fi aesthetic. It's one of those games where you can't help but just stop and admire the screen for a few minutes. Now, let's talk about gameplay, because that's where Neon Inferno really shines. Imagine the run-and-gun chaos of Metal Slug and Contra, but then throw in the mechanics that feel like Time Crisis, where you're shooting enemies in the foreground and aiming at the threats in the background. At first, that combo was tough to get the hang of, but once you realize you can dodge roll while shooting in the background, everything just starts to click. And the level variety is perfect. 1 minute you're blasting goons in a neon-soaked street, and the next you're speeding down a highway on a retro sci-fi motorcycle, fighting giant robot bosses. It's pure action arcade adrenaline. I played for a few hours in co-op with a friend, and while they had fun, they struggled at first with the speed and the challenge of the game. Once they got the hang of it though, it was a blast, and after that, I played solo and beat the game by myself in about 4 hours, taking my time and really trying to soak it all in. The story is surprisingly compelling for an arcade-style game. The two main characters feel like they belong in this neon-drenched dystopia, and the cutscenes really sell the vibe without slowing down the action. I also really liked that you got to choose and pick which missions you wanted to do first, and so if you play the game a second time, you can do them in a different order. The soundtrack is a perfect mix of retro beats and modern cyberpunk flair. It fits the vibes perfectly. Performance-wise, it ran flawlessly on my Xbox Series X. No bugs, no frame drops, just smooth gameplay all the way through. Okay, and now's time for my biggest gripe. The game is short. I wanted more, but honestly, that's kind of a compliment because everything else is so good in this game. Replayability comes from chasing high scores and cranking up the difficulty for that true arcade challenge. Or if you really want to hate yourself, you could go for the 1 credit clear challenge like back in the day in the real arcades. Hardcore fans will love that. Casual players, you might feel like it ended too soon. My favorite moments were those tough boss fights where you got stuck and think, okay, just one more try. Learning their patterns and finally beating them was so satisfying. That's the kind of challenge that keeps you hooked. So the real question is, would I recommend Neon Inferno at full price? To the hardcore players, definitely yes. It is so much fun, and there is so much to do if you want to replay the game on the harder difficulties and really challenge yourself. If you're a casual player who just wants to play some co-op and play around with friends and enjoy the story, I might recommend waiting for this one to go on sale. That being said, I'm a sucker for the cyberpunk retro arcade 2D side-scrolling shooter, so this one's a must-buy for me. But hey, that's my quick review of Neon Inferno. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe. Don't forget to comment below. It really helps out the channel as I grow. Thanks again to Retro Games for the review code. I'm Josh, this has been Runny Eggs Gaming, and I'll see you on the other side of the sunny side.